Alright, there's not a ton of Lancer content out there, so let's make some Lancer content. I'm here to talk to you about the Everest. Yeah, there's no picture of the Everest because the creators of Lancer wanted the most common mech in the galaxy to sort of have multiple modular versions, and for the Everest to sort of be the mech that you imagine. So we'll just use this anytime we refer to the Everest. I'm sure that won't undercut any of the impact. Okay, what does the Everest have? Size 1, no armor, safe target 10, sensors 10, that's respectable. 10 hit points, repair capacity 5, decent. Evasion 8, not bad. Speed 4. Now, let's pause here for a moment, because if you've been sniffing around Lancer stuff, getting into forums, and now you've found this video because you want to learn more about the Everest, you might have heard people talk about how the Everest is a very fast mech. Now, what does that mean? It has a speed of 4. That's not even on the high end of speeds. There are mechs that have a speed of 6, for example. You don't need to do anything special for that. They just come with 6 speed plus whatever else you put into agility, right? We'll get to why the Everest is so fast, but for now, its humble speed of 4 is all you need to worry about. Systems, its E-defense is 8. Tech attack plus 0. Most mechs have a tech attack of plus 0. SP 6 is again respectable, and its heat cap is 6, also pretty much average. It's got 3 mounts, a main mount, a flex mount, and a heavy mount. Okay, traits. Initiative. Once per scene, the Everest may take any quick action as a free action. Replaceable parts. While resting, the Everest can be repaired at a rate of 1 repair per 1 structure damage instead of 2 repairs. So that makes it easier to repair. And then it has its core system, the Hyperspec Fuel Injector. And then when you activate it, this is only once per mission. For the rest of the scene, you gain a +1 accuracy on all attacks, checks, and saves. Additionally, once per turn, you can boost as a free action. Okay, so the reason why people say that the Everest is so fast is once you activate your Hyperspec Fuel Injector, you're able to take 1 additional boost. On top of that, Initiative allows you to take an action as a quick action. And that gets around the fact that you can't take, like, for example, 2 quick actions that are the same thing, right? You can't skirmish twice, you can't boost twice, but if something is given to you as a free action, you actually can use the same thing again. So these 2 traits, like, and you might say, well, wouldn't I want to attack? And yeah, most of the time you would want to attack. But these 2 things together allow for some explosive movement from the Everest. You can have a turn in which you get all the way to the other side of the battlefield, almost regardless of how big that battlefield is. And what you would do is you would move, then boost, then overcharge and boost again, then take your free boost, and if you have Hyperspec Fuel Injector, take another free boost, right? This would allow you to turn your 4 movement into 4 times, into a lot of movement. This is why people say the Everest is so fast. So the Everest is the starting mech, right? So it's not as good as the other mechs, right? Wrong. Make sure that if you're going into Lancer, you don't fall for that idea that just because you start out with the Everest, that the Everest is not as good as the other mechs. The Everest is built to be the Ryu, the Mario, the base mech that can basically do a little bit of everything and still be okay. You can put hacking systems on the Everest. You can put heavy weaponry on the Everest. You can put weird teleporting stuff on the Everest, and mostly it'll work really well, especially because if you activate its core power, it gives a bonus to every rolled action, or pretty much every rolled action that you can have. So is the Everest bad at anything? Yes, but not for the reason you think. The thing that makes the Everest bad at certain things, it's actually how good it is. And it's mainly the fault of this guy here. That's right, it's the starting mech, and it has a heavy mount. Actually weirdly throws things off. I had a player who really wanted to be like a cool sword guy. He was looking at the Morning Cloak, and the whole deal with the Morning Cloak is that it doesn't have a heavy mount. Instead, it gets a bonus to attack under certain conditions, like a damage bonus, so that you can use main weapons that do as much damage as heavy weapons, right? If you meet the prerequisites. So this player starts out with an Everest. We say, okay, get your swords. You can put your swords in your flex and main mount. But you have this heavy mount. Why don't you load up a heavy machine gun? That player fired that heavy machine gun once and completely fell in love with it. Did not want to do anything else except fire the heavy machine gun. Weirdly, the thing that makes the Everest not a good mech is that it is too broad and it has all of the good things, right? It has that heavy mount. It has a flex mount. You have so many options that it's hard to not get pulled towards the best possible options, which most of the time is just a GMS heavy machine gun. So don't sleep on the Everest. It's a magnificent mech, and it gets done dirty a lot of the time just because it's the very first guy you get. Okay, well, let me know if you like this. I just kind of on a whim whipped this together. If you guys like this, maybe I can look at other mechs. Leave a comment. Tell me if you like this. Tell me if you care. Absolutely, if you disagree with me, leave a comment. I am definitely still learning to play Lancer. I've been running it for a year. So there's obviously lots more to learn. New stuff comes out all the time. We can definitely have a conversation here in the comments. Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye.